Hey everybody, it's Jim from Starforge Sabers here with you today. Just going to give you guys a quick rundown of the sabers that we are working on for the exclusive designs. Now, these are some really cool designs that I have been working on for a little bit. I hope you guys like them. So we're going to get right into it tonight because it is mighty cold here in the North Country of New York, and I am very, very cold. I'm rubbing my hands together. As you guys can see, I'm a little chilly. So, that being said, all things being fully done here, we're going to get you guys first-hand look here. So I'm going to share my screen with the page. And we are going to share the entire screen. Okay. And okay. Now you guys can see all of what we're doing. You can see the entire screen here, which looks pretty freaky. So I'm going to minimize the screen here. So this is the first saber. Okay, sorry about that. This is known as the Het saber. So it's not Hut, it's Het, H-E-T-T. This saber is based on one of my favorite all-time designed characters called A'Sharat Het. Now, A'Sharat Het was a Tusken Raider by birth. His father lived with the Tusken Raiders. He was a Legends character who later became known as Darth Krayt. Darth Krayt, really kind of a cool saber. I like this design, but this one is kind of a different one. This is a design that I'm sure a lot of people are wanting to see. Okay, so this design is based on the back end of a Tusken Raiders gaffy stick. As you can see, it's got the 4 fins. It's got the choke point right here. It's got a standard switch. It's got the grip right here that you see on the side end part of the gaffy stick. It is actually pretty chill and a pretty cool design. This is one of my personal favorites. This is a design that I've been working on. And this is actually a design that I designed way back when I was still doing basic sabers on my own prior to LGT selling them with me. This is called the Night Plo. So what the Night Plo is in continuity wise is Plo Koon, prior to becoming a Night Master on the Council, had this special little saber. It wasn't really anything to be big and fantastic about. I'm going to go ahead and grab the first one because that's the one that I have it set up with the design for the Night Plo as an actual all put together like pretty decently. It does take a little bit of time because, as I said before, guys, I'm using an older software version. Okay, so there's what the saber looks like all put together. It does have this cool little shroud right here. Okay, it does have that cool little shroud. I'm just going to scale that up just a tiny amount just because it is 1.4. There we go. So what it is it's basically just a very basic saber. When we start with these are actually going to be what's our most basic design. What I'm really trying to do here is move partly away from the VHC parts and bring unique designs from other aspects of the Star Wars universe. Let's pull back here a second. So that's pretty much what we're doing right now. I'm going to pull back up one of them here. So that's the Night Plo. So this is based on A'Sharat Het, which is A'Sharat Het's father. He was a Jedi. He lived in the Tusken with Tusken Raiders for a long time. It's based somewhat on his lightsaber from Legends, where you have like the little blocks removed here and the blocks right here. This was actually flat in the Legends continuity. I rounded that out just because I wanted it to be kind of a half circle. Thought it would look nicer than rounded out. This was actually slight choke point here. So this one is going to be fully custom parts that we're going to be looking at. This one, we aren't totally sold. I'm not totally sold on the grip. I might have them do this, keep just the emitter and the pommel. As you guys can see now, this is the pommel. I'm going to move the pommel just a little bit to the side here so you can get a better look at it. The pommel that I designed is actually a Krayt Dragon Claw. We're looking at possibly doing wood, Rochelle. The reason I don't want to do a lot in wood is because the company has limitations and certain paint pigments cost more than others. What I was planning to do with this was do like gunmetal for these, because the parts, if you look at them in the show, as you guys know, Book of Boba Fett gave us a much closer look at the gaffy sticks. So we saw exactly what they do. They aren't straight wood, they're burnt and they're turned darker and they look kind of gunmetal. So that's kind of what I was going for the idea of the paint coloring here. But this is the big thing when we do the actual part itself. I'm going to make sure this is pigmented in white, and then I'm going to age it up to look like bone. And then for the Nightplow, the shroud and the body of the saber are all going to be silver. Possibly the shroud and the switch are going to be chrome, and then the rest is going to be flat silver. And then these parts right here, these little lines are going to be black. And then we're going to have a low profile pommel in the bottom here. That's kind of what we're going with for that one. It's going to be pretty nice. It's going to be as basic as you can get, which is what I really wanted, was just a very basic kind of saber. It's going to have the shroud. So this is the picture of the saber without the shroud on it. As you guys can see, it is a very basic, plain looking saber. But it is the original design of Plo Koon's saber was very basic, very bland. This is kind of my interpretation of that. He was a no-nonsense Jedi. This isn't the exact pulled from canon look. I've added a few things, like these lines right here have been added. The low profile pommel is going to be slightly different than the one in the canon novel and the comic where I pulled it from, because I don't like the blocky look of his pommel. I used to, I don't anymore, so I think a low profile pommel would be better. And then this just going over the top is just going to give it a little bit more unique flair. Other than that, guys, those are the basics for what we're doing right now. I don't want to go too much into it because I don't want to reveal too much and have too much imagery be out there for right now, because I am just adding these to have them looked into being machined. So that being said, guys, that's just an image of what we're going to be doing in the future. It may not be more than a little bit into the future. We are still hopefully going to be doing that. Doing that a little bit further into the line. And hopefully, if things work out well at the conventions this year, we'll be able to get the first 3 sabers exclusives. We've got one original coming in the next week or so. We have an original saber, non-exclusive. it's a Starforge original because we are the only company that has done this so far that I can find. We are the only company that has a complete crazy person at the wheel when it comes to Star Wars lore and having weird stuff available. As far as what's going to be coming, I'm going to give you guys a little hint, and I'm going to tell you it is another out of the Legends continuity. It is one that was featured in the oh god, what was that name of that game? Uh, the one with Galen Merrick, The Force Unleashed. Not the second one, it was the first Force Unleashed game. It is the Guard Shoto. I'm not going to explain to you what that is because I want you guys to go and have a good fun time looking and imagining what it's going to look like when we get our parts in. We have those parts coming in on hopefully Wednesday if everything goes well. If not, we'll have them closer to the weekend, and I'll have an image of what the Guard Shoto will look like from Starforge once we hit the weekend. It requires a little bit of work on my end to actually have that, but the Guard Shotos are going to be available in one saber or as a pair, just the way we do with every one of our of the stuff. The Guard Shoto is going to be available as one saber or a pair. So that is all for us today. You guys have been great. Like I said, the Guard Shoto is an original, not an exclusive, meaning you can get the parts at other shops. Might be hard to explain how you need them set up, but you can get them. So, guys, have a good night. We will see you guys hopefully next week. May the Force be with you.